No matter how smart we may think we are, no matter how committed we are to our truth, we can lose our way. Sometimes being happy takes effort. Invest time and energy in yourself and your happiness. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. You know, there's no such thing as a complete lie. There's always some truth in there. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. The universe is not required to be in perfect harmony with human ambition. Challenge and adversity are meant to help you know who you are. Storms hit your weakness, but unlock your true strength. Because even if the lie is beautiful, the truth is what you face in the end. Success comes from the inside out. In order to change what is on the outside, you must first change what is on the inside. A man is a success if he gets up in the morning and gets to bed at night, and in between he does what he wants to do. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts, but if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. Because horror on earth is real and it is every day. It is like a flower or like the sun. It cannot be contained. Healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. War is not just the shower of bullets and bombs from both sides, it is also the shower of blood and bones on both sides. A constitution that is made for all nations is made for none. Using your talent, hobby, or profession in a way that makes you contribute with something good to this world is truly the way to go. It doesn't matter how far it is for you to reach your goal, what matters is your aim to succeed. As a leader, you're not paid to make decisions. You're paid to get results from decisions. The unselfish part of us can help us understand others better. Try your best not to make people sad if you can't make them happy, because some people may be passing through tough time in life. I've never seen anything as bright as the rays of kindness. If you keep on making excuses to me, what you are doing is teaching me to always make excuses to you. I promise you this, when I embraced my differences and stopped trying to fit in, I ended up where I belonged. Never give up on anybody. Miracles happen every day. I found out that there weren't too many limitations if I did it my way. I was lost yesterday, I am found today, and I will be forgotten tomorrow. You can't always judge people by the things they've done. You got to judge them by what they are doing now. It is books that are a key to the wide world. If you can't do anything else, read all that you can. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. Nobody is wired wrong, because there's no wrong and right in the way we are. Celebrasaya Kerdalam se galahal. Bakan kitakam minamuk and halkeso untakaku sakuri. Success is most often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. There is a thin line between poverty and success, and it is perseverance. Successful people don't stop until they see the result they desire. A loving soul was always more beautiful over the long haul, but actual prettiness was fleeting. Whole life is a search for beauty, but when the beauty is found inside, the search ends and a beautiful journey begins. Never complain, never explain. Resist the temptation to defend yourself or make excuses. Life isn't as serious as the mind makes it out to be. If your actions don't live up to your words, you have nothing to say. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. The heart is the toughest part of the body. Tenderness is in the hands. When the road ahead seems impossible, start the engine. Most of us try to do too much because we are secretly afraid we will not be able to do anything at all. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Whatever you see, you gotta keep a sense of humor. You gotta be able to smile through all the bullshit. When I tell the truth, it is not for the sake of convincing those who do not know it, but for the sake of defending those that do. Life is funny. Things change, people change, but you will always be you. So stay true to yourself and never sacrifice who you are for anyone. It is not easy to keep silent when silence is a lie. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. A rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single man contemplates it, bearing within him the image of a cathedral. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it isn't so. For with much wisdom comes much sorrow, the more knowledge, the more grief. When no one you know tells the truth, you learn to see under the surface. Anything can be done, as long as you truly believe it. We shouldn't live as if other worlds mattered more than this life in this world, because where we are is always the most important place. I've always liked the moonless night best. It's easier to say things in the dark. It's easier to be yourself. Attaining recognition is an individual journey. It cannot be bestowed upon us by others. Honest is how I want to look. The truth doesn't glitter and shine. Beauty as we feel it is something indescribable. What it is or what it means can never be said. Feet, what do I need them for if I have wings to fly? There is no truth on this island of yours. Rather, there are as many truths as there are stars in the sky, and every one of them different. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Never hold tightly onto the past because it will only limit your ability to move forward. Your life will not end with death. You are immortal. You are always there, and you always will be. From a certain point onward, there is no longer any turning back. You receive from the world what you give to the world. A kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. I will never compromise truth for the sake of getting along with people who can only get along when we agree. There are things you can't walk away from, not if you want to live with yourself afterward. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Perhaps it would be simpler if you just did what you're told and didn't try to understand things. Many people succeed when others do not believe in them, but rarely does a person succeed when he does not believe in himself. Earth's crammed with heaven, but only he who sees takes off his shoes. Never force yourself on people. Never complain after missing an invitation. Never whine when they take you for granted. If you haven't confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. With confidence, you have won even before you have started. Baseless victimhood is usually the last stage before outright aggression. That's how I know they are dreams. Because the simple and plain and everyday things are the ones that we can never have. The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. It isn't where you came from, it's where you're going that counts. One of the most scariest things in life is when you come to the realization that the only thing that can save you is not yourself. If you believe, you can, but work hard to believe. One can get used to ugliness, but never to negligence. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. Embrace being perfectly imperfect. Learn from your mistakes and forgive yourself. You'll be happier. Your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now. Every goal is possible from here. Those who are wise won't be busy, and those who are too busy can't be wise. Well, I must endure the presence of a few caterpillars if I wish to become acquainted with the butterflies. The language of friendship is not words, but meanings. To be heroic is to be courageous enough to die for something. To be inspirational is to be crazy enough to live a little. Nothing is generous. New knowledge is a valuable commodity. The more truth we have to work with, the richer we are. For every expert, there is an equal and opposite expert. My happiness grows in direct proportion to my acceptance, and in inverse proportion to my expectations. If you're horrible to me, I'm going to write a song about it, and you won't like it. That's how I operate. These mountains that you are carrying, you were only supposed to climb. Suspect each moment, for it is a thief, tiptoeing away with more than it brings. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning to dance in the rain. The most believable lies are the ones that are at least a little bit true. If you spend your life sparing people's feelings and feeding their vanity, you get so you can't distinguish what should be respected in them. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile.